Is Luna's Howl good? Is Mountaintop good? Well, there's a few layers to this. I'll be talking about them in this order. I'm going to start with number 1. With the time spent completing the quest worth getting these weapons? 2. Has the comp grind up the comp ladder to 2100 helped increase my skill? And 3. Does the skill I gained in comp help me to better wield these weapons? I separated my talking points to this because I feel as though if I wasted my time and I didn't gain skill and I'm unable to use the weapon I grinded for, what did I just do? In the background you'll see 3 different gameplays, 2 from my Titan and 1 from my Hunter. I use Mountaintop and my primary for Titan and Chaperone for Hunter. Now, number 1, was the time spent completing the quest worth getting Lunas? This was interesting for me, seeing as how I only hardcore focused on getting Lunas as a goal for the season after I finished the entirety of Black Armory, not including the raid. This made for an interesting experience where I basically had the quest for Lunas in my back pocket for about a season and a half after completing every step except for the comp grind. With Mountaintop, I just had to run triple grenade launchers until I had the quest done and continue my grind of Lunas in the process. In its entirety, I would say the grind felt very long. At all the times in which I purposely ground for this item, I probably spent about a month out of my 6 month of game sessions to grind it to completion, including my quest steps. Was it worth it? Honestly, I haven't played enough with the gun to know if the gun itself is good, mainly because, much like Recluse's, it requires a base level of skill to use. There's also a certain I need to get used to it factor. Number 2, has the grind up the comp ladder to 2100 helped me increase my skill? In one word, yes. However, there is a somewhat large caveat that I haven't really addressed: teamwork. I solo queued into comp up to 2100, meaning that even though my personal skill level has improved in regards to things like dealing with shotgun apes, sniping, I have gained absolutely 0 skill in regards to teamwork, communication, callouts, etc. Because of this, in the next season, as I attempt to go for Not Forgotten, in which case I will 100% need a team, I'll be at a massive disadvantage to my team, and there will be a much greater learning curve. Talk a bit more about that later. Number 3, does the skill I gained in comp help me to better wield these weapons? Honestly, I'm unsure. If I had been using Ace of Spades and Shotgun throughout my comp grind, I would have had a much better time using a hand cannon like Luna's in general. However, since I use my Recluses and Erentil, my ability to use a hand cannon has been somewhat overshadowed by my need to use a pulse/fusion rifle in comp. I feel as though the I need to get used to it factor is a bit magnified for me because of this. So I guess the answer to this is no. If you use Ace of Spades and hit your headshots every time, this weapon will absolutely shine for you. If, like me, you decided to go for an equally effective yet off-meta choice for your comp grind, you may have a harder time getting used to using Lunas effectively. As far as Mountaintop is concerned, I believe my love of tube-loaded grenade launchers in year 1, along with the prominence of the triple grenade launcher loadout, definitely helped to keep my grenade launcher abilities in check. With Mountaintop, I feel a lot more like I'm either trying to hit a direct hit or at least damage the enemy in order to clean up with a primary, or I'm trying to lay a trap with the stickies. In no way do I use this in the same sort of shoot around corners and let go of the trigger to explode right by enemies. Mostly because I'm not trained in the incredibly fast speed of the projectile, and again, I use stickies. Now, let's move on to something I'm very experienced in: solo queuing in comp. Solo queuing has honestly been one of the most frustrating things in my comp experience. Not only because you can get stuck with bad teammates, but because you can get a glitch where you get put into a match with 2 great teammates against a 4-stack, all running maps with Ace and Retold, lose horribly, have no interest in inviting these actually skilled players to make a team because you have no way of knowing who's good when you're being thrashed by 4 masks with Ace. This is a vicious cycle in which some players may never have Lunas on their account simply because they didn't get lucky enough to find a good team in matchmaking. This is where I would like to say, where is my comp rumble, Bungo? Where is it? Please, God, give me comp rumble. Comp rumble would introduce the ability for skilled solo players to gain these prize weapons without the need to have RNGs bless them with a steady stream of good teammates in random matchmaking. You could include an area to chat after the rumble game is concluded. This gives players an opportunity to ask other players to join them in their team and find good ones much more easily than inviting them after a match of regular comp in which no system currently exists. A way to incentivize players to use the team mode would be to increase glory gains from 4v4 compared to Rumble. And in Rumble comp, only first place gains the glory. Maybe second and third could simply not lose the glory when the game ends. Leave comments. Anyway, sorry for the short video. I just wanted to really quickly get my thoughts out on Lunas and Mountaintop and more broadly competitive, but hopefully I should have some longer videos. I'm planning to branch out to some more stuff that's not Destiny soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.